Hey guys, and welcome to my first voice tutorial. Today I thought I was going to do a request tutorial. It was requested by Marie Thomhala. I have no idea if I pronounced that right. I'm not good with that shit, okay? They wanted a tutorial on typography inside, not Vegas, After Effects. So I was like, alright, let's do something quick. And yeah, just to cover some quick basics, this is the project window or tab, whatever. It's where you import all your footage and stuff. This is the composition window. So it's basically like the preview window in Vegas or Final Cut, Final whatever you're using. This is the effects slash character tab. And this is the align tab. We have the timeline here. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. So what do we do first? We make a new composition. We press here. These are my settings. Just, I don't know, copy them or something. And we press OK and we get a black screen. Wow, very expressive. What's the first thing we want to do? We want to make some text. So we go into the type tool. It's called apparently. I'm going to be original and write text because I did a recording before and I wrote gay porn, but then I decided maybe it wasn't a good idea. As you notice, the text is not in the center of the image. So if you want to do that, you go to align and you go to horizontal center alignment, press that, and vertical. And there we go. It's all aligned and dandy. Let's see. I want to change the background, I think, because actually you might think there's a background there right now, but it's just because I've turned off the f***ing checker background thingy. That's basically means it's transparent, so there's actually no background here. But I prefer to look at this. To actually have a background there, we need to go into the layer, new, solid. And then you can, I don't know, pick whatever color of your fancy. I'm gonna choose slight white grayish tone. Make sure that's underneath the text so it's actually visible. Oops, sorry. Next thing we can do, we can add some drop shadow if we want to. Let's go into effects, perspective, and drop shadow. There we go. You can just mess around with these settings a bit. You can change these. Yeah, that looks alright. There we go. So we have a text, we have a drop shadow, things are coming together, but so far it's like, okay, I can do this stuff inside Vegas. Why are you showing me this, Hannah? Wow. Let me show you a neat little trick that's called expressions. Expressions, they're the shit, basically. What I usually do is I go into this website, I'm gonna copy the link and write it in the description. So I just copy this expression for now. And to sum it up, what an expression is like it tells your text. Or it doesn't have to be text. It can be like anything, like a solid, it can be a shape layer, anything. It tells it specifically what it's going to do. I don't know how to explain it in English. I'm sorry, it's early. Just copy what I do and you're gonna see. It looks great. Okay, let's say you want to animate the scale. Press this little watch and you press alt click. You press down alt and left click. Yeah, that's right. And then you paste the expression into here. This is... Oh, sorry. I think I didn't copy the entire thing. Such a noob.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just...
If you go down here, this is where you can really change stuff. By the way, this is a rebound expression. So basically it adds some realism and like a bouncy effect to your animation. So it looks more flowy, smooth, and doesn't look rigid. It looks very organic. You can change the frequency and the decay and the amp. You have a lot of control over your animation when you're doing this. So I like to change the frequency to around 2. I have the decay set to maybe 4. There we go. And now you're looking at the timeline and you're like, what the f? Nothing's happening. What is this? That's because you haven't actually animated anything yet. You've just applied the expression, but you haven't told your text what it's going to do. So you need to make a new keyframe. And right now that keyframe is set to 100%. So that means this is what the text is going to look like when it's done animating. So we want to move that forward a bit on the timeline. And then we'll make another keyframe. We can set this to 0. And it's gone. So now you have animated your text. And you see this little bouncy thingy it does? That's the expression working. You can add some easy ease, or as I prefer, easy ease in and easy ease out. So you add the easy ease out to the last keyframe and the easy ease in to the first. This is the same thing as animating keyframes inside Vegas. You can manually adjust this as well if you choose select the keyframes and you go into the graph editor. This is what it looks like right now. You can change these things and play around with that. Woo! Right now we're not going to do that because that's a bit more advanced. So if you want to preview your masterpiece, you go to play stop. Okay, that's very slow. And there we go. That's a basic but very neat text animation. And you can use this expression on anything. You can use it on position, on rotation. The only thing I've noticed that you can't use this expression on 3D layers. It only works on 2D layers, and I'm still figuring that out. But for now, this is how I do text, and I could do a tutorial on how I use the camera tool and stuff like that. Then we'd be moving into 3D layers, and that's a bit of a different story. If you would like to see more of this stuff, please let me know, and I hope you learned something from this very messy tutorial. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye.